Hi, and welcome back. So today I'd like to go over how I set up my VTube avatar. It's not going to be specifically a tutorial. I'm not going to teach you everything, but I'm going to show you the tools that I've used and hopefully give you a general idea of how easy or hard it is. Which I still think it's pretty easy, but again, it also requires a little bit of artistic talent. So if you have just a little bit, you don't even need a drawing tablet, I'm pretty sure you might be able to make something. At least something to start with and test the waters. If you like it, then it's something more that you can dig into. Or if you feel like your avatar isn't quite up to what you were imagining, you can maybe hire somebody to make your own. So, to start off, I'd like to show you the software that I use to make my rig. I am working on a little chibi version of myself, and pretty much you are able to draw onto the avatar using, like, I'm in the hair editor. If I can click this brings up a drawing mesh, which you can change so that when you draw on the character, like say if I'm going to draw hair right now, it'll go following this mesh. So if you want to change it to be closer to the head, right now I also have mirroring on, so that's why there's two of them. You can change this by grabbing these points, and it'll mirror the sides so that you can create this. You can also edit how, like if it needs to be a little bit more straighter, you can do that. Or if you want to change the angle of the mesh so that it's more closer to the head, you can do that as well. See? Just bringing it closer to the head. So now it looks like it's part of the head, or the strands I already got on. And there we go. I did not need to use a tablet. Now, the way I got the coloring going on, it involves textures. You can draw on the textures right inside the software, or you can export it by right-clicking, going to export it into like Photoshop or Clip Studio, and change it up there. So, once you are finished making your model and making it all awesome, you go to Camera/Exporter, go to Export, and then you go to export right over here, put your name, and the rest is pretty much optional, and then you can just press OK. Although you can change also, like, if you were to share this, what licensings you would like people to use. I don't really care. And that's it for exporting the model. So once you get it exported, you'll need to bring it into Unity. You'll also need to have a Vroid editor downloaded and then export into here. What you can do is once you download the editor for Vroid, you just click on that file and it'll open up Unity automatically. And then all you have to do is drag in the Vroid file and it'll show up here in the VRM folder. And so you don't see my character on the stage, so you just click on it and there she is. So from this step, there's only two other steps to really do. That is one, to like make sure that you got the facial expressions as you want them to be. So you just go to VRM Blender Shape Proxy in the inspector on this side, and you click right here, and you can see what the facial expressions will be. You can change them, you can blend them. It's just to make sure, like say if the face is a little bit too deformed, you can lower the strength of the expression so that it's not that wildly off. The second thing that you can do before exporting this, so that'll be ready for whatever motion tracking software you're going to use, you go to the materials file in the VRM section, and you can change the line art. Because when you first export it, here I'll give an example of zooming in real close. But if you zoom in real closely, you can see that the line art is red, and it's not exactly the best look for this character. So what I like to do is, since she's blue and all this, I try to get her colors to be a dark purple. So let me go here. if you go to outline, that is the line art for the character. And so you go to the line art, and if you zoom in close, you can see that this outfit is a dark purple. So you can change it however you want. You just go here and we can change it all up. My second suggestion is for hair. You want the hair outline to be a different color as well. I don't suggest black unless that's the style you're going for, but I have it as like a light purple blue. So when you first start off, click on the hair texture, scroll down, go to outline, click here, and as you see, it's a light blue. Like when you first get it, it may be a dark black, but yeah. It'll be different for each color of hair and each hair texture that you have. So like say if it's red, you may want to do a dark red or a light orange or something else. It may require a little bit of color theory and trial and error, but you'll get the hang of it. If worse comes to worse, you can find a hairstyle close to what you're looking for. Like say if you have an anime character and you want the outline, you can like go to a screenshot or a picture of your favorite anime or the character that you like their hair colored and try to color pick it. So if you notice right here, there's a color picker, and you can color pick if you just click it once. You notice how I'm hovering everywhere? Well, it will also color pick outside of just this software. You can go to like another window on your web browser, click on it, and it'll capture that color as well. So easy peasy. Once you're done choosing the color, the facial expression, yada yada, you need to go back to VRM, click on the character, then go to VRM. I'm not sure if it'll be the same. It says Uni VRM. This is the Vroid editor that I'm using, but you may choose a different one. Just make sure it's the right one. But anyways, go to Export Humanoid. It'll have a little error right here saying required author. That is very easy. Just type in your name or what you want to be known as and then export. And then when you export it, you will have the option of using the type of motion capture you want to use. I'm using Luppet at the moment. And so once you get this all set up, you push the file into the Luppet stream asset folder, and then when you first start up Luppet, it'll ask you for your login and the license, and then it'll ask you what character to do and the camera that you're going to use, and then you set it up. You have the option to have like bloom on to make yourself glow, and a couple of other effects. You also have the option of leap motion, which is the hand tracking for your motion capture. And so you don't have to have hand motion capture, but it just adds a little bit of extra animation, extra character and personality, so I like it. And if you can't afford Luppet, there is a free software called VSeeFace. So you do not even have to spend the $50 to get it. But I personally like Luppet more because it's able to capture your face better with less errors. But VSeeFace is also a really good option, and I personally like using VSeeFace for Zoom calls because it uses something called a virtual camera, but you can't use a virtual camera with Luppet. Maybe it is just the Japanese version, but the English version so far, I cannot figure out how to get the virtual camera working for it, if it even has one for the English version. So that is an option to do, and again, you do not have to use Luppet. All of this can be technically free, so long as you already have a face camera. You don't have to have the hand camera. So that's what I use, and it's pretty much self-explanatory after that. It's make your model, export it to Unity so it can have the final touches to say. You may even want to add some clothes and other things in Unity or Blender. Blender is modeling and animation software that is also 100% free and excellent to use. So I definitely suggest looking into this if you want to get into VTubing, V-streaming, or if you just want to keep your identity secret, that is fine as well. It's definitely something to try out. Well, see you later.